Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about World of Tanks Blitz Reforged again. And that's because Wargaming has posted another video today talking about the transfer system, sets, keys, and, well, more about the game. Now, I'll be honest, this video has a lot more criticism than the others, as we can see. Why boosters look like they're coming from Fortnite. I don't want certificates to be activated for premium. I feel this is problematic. Why do we need keys? Keys should not be added in the first place. So the top comments in this video are all negative, and we'll have to see if I agree or disagree. So let's get straight into it.
Earlier this year, we launched the first Ultra test for the Reforged update. It was an important step, and we've received a lot of valuable feedback from you. Since then, we've taken a close look at what stood out, made a number of thoughtful improvements, and now we're getting ready for the second Ultra test to continue refining the experience together. This video is part of a series where we'll go over the most important changes, and in this video, we'll focus on how your tanks, progress, and resources will carry over to the Reforged update.
Now, they haven't talked about commanders yet, so I am assuming that the next video they're going to post will be on commanders, because there's not many other videos they can post.
Our initial approach, where researched but not purchased tanks were to stay locked after the update, wasn't the right one.
No,
After reviewing everything and hearing your concerns, we agree. The progress you've earned should be respected. If you've researched a tank but haven't purchased it yet, its set will still be locked.
See, that's stupid. I don't agree with that. I don't understand how that makes any sense. If you've researched the whole line, right? In this example here, they showcase the mouse, VK100, and the Motion all fully researched. You're telling me after you research the whole line, you still have to unlock the set if you haven't purchased the vehicles in the set? That's stupid. You should not have to use keys on a line that you've already researched the tier 10 on. Like, imagine I'm a player, and for some reason, I didn't like the mouse. 2 years ago, I ground down the line. I don't like the vehicle. So I ended up selling the tank. But now in Reforged, I wanted to buy the tank back to try it out after you've added new equipment and commanders. Maybe it's fun now. So, you go over to the mouse line and you're going to buy it back. Oh, I can't because I don't have 16 keys. Guess I have to go spend some gold to get keys. That's stupid. If you've already researched the tank and you've already been able to purchase it in the past, then why are you now forced to use keys to unlock something that you've already put the effort into researching before? That doesn't make sense. I really disagree with that, Wargaming. If a player has researched the tier 10, the entire set should be unlocked. Now, if they haven't researched the tier 10, let's say they're at the tier 9 or the tier 8, then I can understand making them having to unlock the set, but it still should be a reduction in keys. Let's say I've researched the tier 9 in this set, then the amount of keys needed to unlock the set should be a quarter. It should be like 6 or 5 keys instead of 16. Because what you're doing is you're basically forcing people through a paywall so that then they can literally just play tanks they've already put the effort into grinding before. How does that make sense? It really doesn't. So I don't agree with that. I really don't. And I think a lot of people will agree with me versus you.
Once you unlock that set, your progress will jump straight to that tank. You'll be able to purchase it for silver and play it right away. And if the tank is already in your garage, great news. This set will be unlocked from the start, and the tank...
Okay, well the question is, you said already in your garage. You didn't specify whether that was a tier 10 or a tier, 6. Because obviously if you have the tier 10 in your garage, like the Progetto 65, it should unlock the whole set. But what if I only have the P43 TER in my garage, and I don't have the Pantera Standard B or Progetto? You didn't clarify whether the tier 7 would unlock the whole set or the tier 10. So that would be something I'd like some clarification on.
Tank will be ready for battle on day 1. Collector and premium tanks won't unlock their sets, but you can still play those tanks and earn set XP.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that one's fine. And as Wargaming's about to say, the sets with premiums and collectors in them no longer require keys, which I guess is a good thing. A lot of you probably remembered in the past, I complained heavily about the fact that Wargaming was making you unlock premium and collector sets with keys to then spend more money. It was such a stupid system.
Once the set is unlocked, all the XP you've earned will automatically apply and boost the set progress. If a set includes only premium or collector tanks, it will be available to you right away. No keys needed to unlock it.
Yep.
You'll have a lot to explore right from the start. All the tanks you own will unlock their corresponding sets. And the more tanks you have, the more sets will be open and ready for you.
Makes sense.
And as a bonus, you'll receive 30 extra keys when you move to the Reforged update, both during the test and after the official launch.
So does that mean you get 60 keys in total or only 30? Because in the test, you don't get to keep the things that you've purchased. So I would assume that you're only getting 30 bonus keys. But either way, I guess 30 is still something that's enough for 2 tech trees. So that's, you know, a couple months worth of grinding right there.
Use them to unlock a set you've had your eye on, perhaps with tanks you've always wanted to try.
I like how the Wargaming is acting like you couldn't have just ground that set before for free. Use these keys to unlock a set you've had your eyes on. You know, not like you could have just ground that line right now whenever you wanted without having to unlock it, but hey, now we've put a paywall behind it. What?
More keys will come to you naturally as you play and progress your sets. Doing so will increase your player level and provide you with keys. In the Reforged update, your initial player level is calculated based on how many tanks you have in your garage, which determines how many sets will be unlocked.
Your initial player level is calculated by how many tanks you have in your garage? That doesn't make sense. Does that mean I'm going to be like a level 500 something? Because my main account has like 500 something tanks in its garage? I would personally say that your player level should be based off of how many battles you have played, because that would make more sense. If you've played 10,000 battles, then your level whatever. If you've played 100,000, I mean, I feel like that would be a very simple way to do it. Just, I don't know.
And how much set progress you'll receive. We're still testing our approach to the player level calculation. Try it out during the second Ultra test, see how it feels, and let us know what you think. One of our top priorities is making sure everything you've earned is transferred carefully into the Blitz Reforged update.
Okay.
We want to ensure that none of your...
Okay, now this, I don't know what's going to happen here. See how it says 10 premium certificates, 20 premium bonus time times 2? So I think what Wargaming is doing here is, and somebody commented this, says, I don't want certificates to be activated for premium. I'm keeping them for later. I hope they fix this, otherwise stupid. And I agree. My free-to-play account, I have a couple certificates, one of which is like a 30-day. And I don't want to waste my certificates unless I'm playing on that account, right? It's a free-to-play account. I'm not constantly grinding on it, but when I am, it's nice to have the certificates that I can activate. And what Wargaming's doing here is they're turning these premium certificates into premium time. They are doubling it, which is nice, but still, it doesn't matter if I'm not on that account and playing for that amount of time. So these certificates should stay as certificates. It's a little stupid that you don't have the ability to activate them when you want in the future, especially if there's like a grinding event going on.
hard-earned possessions are lost. In fact, in some...
I also don't know why we are changing every single thing in the game. Like, you know, the crew XP, the icon looks very similar, so that's fine. But, like, why are we changing boosters into, like, chug jugs? I don't even know what these are. But, like, why are we changing the design of them? I guess we're trying to make them look more appealing to younger audiences, which is fine, but I think the booster design looks fine. I don't know why we need to reinvent the wheel here.
In some cases, you'll gain even more. Most resources will carry over directly. For example, credits are now called silver.
Why, though? Why can't we just keep them called credits?
And the quantity you receive will be equal to or greater than what you had before. And when you enter the test, you'll see a clear comparison screen. On the left, everything you had before the update. And on the right, what you're starting with in the Blitz Reforged update. It's all in there, and it's all yours.
Okay.
Some resources will be transferred with a bonus, just to make your start in the Reforged update even better. One example is your premium account certificates. They'll automatically be activated, and the number of days will be double.
Yeah, I don't know why you're doing that. I think that's a really bad decision. Just let us keep our certificates, and then nobody has to worry.
Free XP will be doubled and converted into data cards.
Yeah, I don't understand data cards at all. Like, this data cards are just confusing. Just leave it as free XP.
Special items that instantly grant you set XP. You can use them to boost the level of any set you choose, helping you get closer to the tanks you want even faster.
So let me explain basically what data cards are. So right now, if you use free XP, you can obviously grind a line. It's very simple. You press on a tank, you can press use free XP, and then you've researched that tank. You can do this to any line in the game. Set XP is going to do the same thing, which is what data cards are. So now you have to use those data cards on the specific set, and then it will boost the amount of XP in that set. So it's basically the same thing, they're just making it a little bit more confusing for some reason.
In the first Ultra test, customization wasn't available. This time, it's fully implemented, and you can finally try it out for yourself.
I'll be honest, I still don't like the way Wargaming is categorizing the customization in Reforged. It's got like these big old banners here, and what they've done is they've categorized them into different groups, like normal camos, legendary, and then you click on each one of these bars, and then it'll bring up a different list of camos. But I don't understand why they're changing it from the current system we have where it's this drop down that scrolls through all the camos. Our current version of camouflage is much easier to scroll through. Yes, when you have a bunch of camos like me on my account, it can be a little annoying looking through all of them. But at the end of the day, it's a lot easier than the system they have here.
The system itself is more structured and flexible. And yes, every item you've collected stays with you in the Reforged update. All of your camouflages, avatars, profile backgrounds, and attachments.
Okay.
The camouflage customization system has been transformed into styles. The camouflages you own today can be found in the classic and remarkable style collections. When you buy a new set tank, it now
I don't like the way they're categorizing. Like you saw, I don't like that. I don't understand why they can't just make a big drop down with all the camos you own and then let you click on each individual one like the current Blitz. They could make it a better UI, but I don't know why they have to do it like this super long slidey bar.
comes with its default set style already applied.
Okay.
It's a clean, ready-to-go look that matches the tank's identity, and it will be yours from the start. Each style also includes a slot for an attachment of your choice, something that fits the look and feel of the tank. All of your camouflage certificates will carry over into the Reforged update. Join the test, try customizing your tank, and let us know what you think about the reworked customization system. There's one more thing we received a lot of feedback on: the transfer of player stats. The stat screen will be updated to become more user-friendly.
Okay, what are we looking at here? Ranked battles, tournament battles. Okay.
But all of your earned stats will still...
Win rate. I saw win rate. It's a very
The stat screen
small
will be updated
stat.
to become more user-friendly.
Wargaming's trying to like get rid of win rate. Look at how small that stat is, bruh. There it is. Average scores in ranked battle. Wait, can you not have stats in pubs? Total battles. Random battles.
But all of your earned stats will still be shown, and you'll keep all of your...
What do you mean all of your earned stats will be shown? I see total battles, 17,400 Wargaming. Okay, I see Bronze Division 5, which is this big waste of
more
screen
user-friendly.
space.
But
I see total battles. I see random battles. Where's the win rate? Like, actually, where's the win rate, Wargaming? All battle results. Victories. Battles survived. Enemy tanks destroyed. Where's the defeats? I see average scores in ranked battle, and it shows the win rate. You've actually removed win rate from pubs. Why? Why are we doing this? Literally, when you load up Blitz and you go to a player's stats, the first thing everybody sees is a big freaking win rate that says 50, 40, 60, 70%. And it's purple if you're really good, and it's white if you're really bad. And it's like one of the major things about Blitz is the win rate. I'm sorry, but skill and stats are still one of the most important things. And I thought we covered this the first time we complained about Reforged, saying we want freaking stats. Where are the stats? Where is the win rate? I can't find the pub stats win rate. You removed it. Unless there's some tab that I'm not seeing right now, you guys have removed win rate. Because what I see is total battles. I see no defeats, which means you can't even calculate your own win rate because there's no way to see how many games you've lost. Really. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. This is bogus. There needs to be a stat counter for how many pubs you've played and the win rate that you have in pubs. I know that you guys are so against players being skilled in this game because skill brings toxicity, but this is a skill-based game where the better you are is important to how you are perceived in this game. And skill is not something that you should be hiding away from wargaming. I don't understand this. I really don't. It's so incredibly irritating. Right on this page, one sec, let's just go back to that page. This page right here should not have the bronze stuff. Put that onto a different tab and have your win rate right here, just like it was in the previous version of Blitz. I don't understand why we are getting rid of win rate. I don't understand it. Nobody gives a flying crap about ratings, bro. Nobody cares about it. Sure, I know you guys really want ratings to be this popular thing, but most players don't want it to be. I don't want to have to try hard my freaking butt off every time I load into this game because you don't want pubs to have stats. I don't understand it. If players don't want to worry about stats, they can play game modes, or they can just ignore the criticism that they're receiving, okay? It's the same thing as being skilled. I have put years and years of work into this game to get good at the game, and now you're taking away the achievements that I and other skilled players have earned by hiding the win rate that we've achieved. That makes no sense. I'm sorry, it's stupid, and I guarantee every single skilled player is going to agree with me on this. So, that I'm just saying, there better be a pub win rate right on the main screen, just like our current Blitz when Reforged comes out, or I'm going to be quite angry, because I can tell you a lot of comp players will probably stop playing the game if Wargaming goes through with this.
User-friendly, but all of your earned stats will still be shown, and you'll keep
all of your earned stats, apart from win rate. You know, the most important one.
Will be transferred over safely, just as they were. But some resources will be converted into updated equivalents. For example, free XP and free XP certificates will become data cards, which you can use to level up sets.
Okay.
Resources without clear equivalents, like Elite XP and Unspent Tank XP, have been turned into resource coins. You'll be able to use them in the Transfer Hub event to choose rewards that fit your playstyle. Take your time. There's no rush. Explore the Transfer Hub event. See what resources you receive, and take a moment to think about what you really need. Check out the rewards, compare the options, and choose what works best for your playstyle. Jump into the Ultra Test and see it all for yourself. Try the changes, explore what's new, and most importantly, tell us what you think. We're reforging Blitz together.
Well, this video definitely has some negative components to it, which I'll be entirely real. I still don't love the way that sets don't decrease in the amount of keys required if you've already researched tanks, and I don't understand how if you've researched an entire set's worth of vehicles, it's still forcing you to spend keys on it. That doesn't make sense. Wargaming also hasn't really explained how easy it is to earn keys yet, which is something that they need to do. I don't like how premium that you have in certificates is automatically activated. Leave it the way it is, and players will be happier. I don't know why we have to change all the icons, and especially your conversion here. You said that you're changing...
Clear equivalent.
You're changing Elite XP into resource coins. Bro, I have like hundreds of millions of Elite XP on my main account. You're going to make me turn all of that hard work into resource coins? Why can't that just be turned into set XP? Like data cards. Why can't that just be turned into data cards? I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. But either way, the biggest one that I have a real complaint with is the way they've done the stat page. I know that somebody said that as well down here. But yeah, here it is. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the current player statistics page. It's clean, intuitive, and makes sense for 11 plus years, blah, blah, blah. Having the career random battle win rate ratio be displayed rather than the ranked one makes more sense, and it seems a little unfair to suddenly remove this almost entirely. I agree. And then Wargaming's response is, thank you for your opinion. I kindly ask you to test it in-game. What do you mean test it in-game? You showed us it. If there's no freaking pub win rate, I'm going to be pissed. There's no testing. I don't need to test the player stats page. It's either there's win rate or there isn't. I was told that devs do watch my videos. So devs, if you're here watching today's video, you need to understand that skilled players want their hard work and achievements shown. They don't want some goofy ranked profile background on the main page. They want their win rate. They want their mastery badges. They want it just like the current Blitz. Why do we need to change it? What is so wrong about the current way we have the win rate system? Is it because you're scared that skilled players are going to trash talk non-skilled players? That is the art of gaming. That is why people are driven to get better, because they see players that are skilled and they're like, ooh, I want to be like that guy. If you remove skill from the game, what you do is you turn Blitz into a competitive game, into a useless game. That is my personal opinion, but I seriously think that the removal of pub stats is stupid, and if you plan on doing that, I'm going to be very mad. And this is something that I thought we had moved past already and that Wargaming was going to be bringing back, and clearly they haven't. So I'm going to keep arguing this until it happens. Either way, make your voices heard if you want stats to stay in the game, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.